This is wickedness. I've always said it, that wickedness has children and grandchildren. Welcome once again to this channel. If you're just coming across it, tap on the subscription button, turn on the notification bell. If you are a returning subscriber or you have been here with us, I say thanks for returning. Thanks for being here. Tap on the like and share button. And also, if you want to go a step further, tap on the thanks button. By so doing, you can encourage us to do more on this platform. The report that landed on our desk is that of the new Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, and some of his colleagues. They have been accused of padding the 500 billion naira palliative budget by over 200 billion. I repeat again, the 500 billion palliative budget that Bola Ahmed Tinubu came up with, it has been padded by over 200 billion. According to the report, the budget padding was reportedly carried out during the amendment of the 2022 Supplementary Appropriation Act. Sources say that Akpabio and his Deputy Senate President, Jibrin Barao or Barawo, and Senator Solomon Adeola, probably known as Yayi, were the major architects of the budget padding. It is learned that they allegedly inserted over 200 billion naira into the budget for projects that were not included initially. For instance, 1 billion naira was suddenly earmarked for the supply of tricycles, keke, napep, to the underprivileged in the society. And I believe they are the underprivileged. That money is going into their pockets. 2 billion naira was all of a sudden allocated to the construction of public buildings in various communities and villages. Maybe that village, that community will be somewhere in Lagos, somewhere in Abuja, you know how they roll, or maybe somewhere in the United Kingdom. That is where those villages will all of a sudden appear. 4 billion naira was earmarked for rehabilitation and construction of selected critical roads, while 2 billion naira was earmarked for the construction of block of 3 classrooms with furniture and toilet, construction and furnishing of skills acquisition centers, and construction of primary healthcare centers with furniture in some selected communities and towns. You know how they roll. It is their own doing. This is how they roll. Other projects that were allegedly padded include the construction of AD Road, Sabo Market and Ilaro Township Road, Yewa South, Ogun State. 1 billion naira for the construction of roads in Nimeko, Afon, Iwoyi, and Obada, Ogun State. 1 billion naira for the construction of Ilashe, Agbara Road, Agbara, Ado, Odo, Ota in Ogun State. Another 1 billion for the construction of Market Square, Fadama Ring Road, in Masai, Yewa North, and Ota, Lafenwa Road, Section 1, Ota, Ogun State. You'll be surprised that many of these roads, probably, somehow, they already had budget for it, money has already been collected for it, but they are still including it because it will never be done. What they often do is to rent some construction vehicles, they will park it there, put sand, block the road, and act like they are doing something. And afterwards, you will realize that that road will never be done. Probably in 2-3 months after they have paid the actors who are going to act like road is going to be constructed, you will see that the truck will just eventually leave that place. The voices of the people, their shout and all of that will not be heard. The local government chairman of that particular place and whoever that is aware of what has happened will also be paid and bribed. This is how they work. If he or she is not bribed, he will begin to make some noise here and there, try to come on newspaper, and if his voice is silenced, that's it. And most of the times, they all belong to the same party, so you will barely hear them say anything. Others include 800 million naira for police barracks, Old Baggage Link Road, Ode Ogun, Idiroko, Ogun State. It seems most of this is channeled towards Ogun State. Why? I don't know. 700 million naira for the construction of some rural roads in Ikoti Ekpene local government area, Akwa Ibom, to enhance agricultural output. 1.25 billion for the construction of some rural roads in Esi and Idim local government area to improve farm produce. 1.25 billion naira for the construction of Afama, Ikot Ebak, Ikot Akpan, Esiet, Ura, Upan, Ukot, Upang, and Ikot Ibe Okon roads to boost agricultural output. 1.25 billion naira. It seems the money is going through the direction of where those who are involved in it come from. 400 million naira for the construction of Ibi, Akpan North, Akan Old Federal Government College roads to boost farm produce. 1.25 billion naira for the construction of some rural roads in Abiakpo, Ikot, Ese, and Ikono to ease the movement of farm produce. 1 billion naira for enhancing agricultural output by constructing all-in-one solar street lights on some roads in Ikot Ekpene local government area, Abak local government area, and Isien Udim. 2 billion naira for the repair of flood-prone sections along Abuja-Kefi Expressway, Abuja bound from kilometer 0+00, kilometer 9+400, and construction of Township Road in Bari, Bawia, and Laila in Yobe State. 1 billion naira for the supply of brand new Toyota Lexus Jeeps. For who? For who? 1 billion naira for the supply and installation of 300 kVA, 500 kVA transformers and electrician in selected towns and villages. 2 billion naira for the construction and rehabilitation of critical roads in south and southeast of the country. 2.5 billion naira for the construction and maintenance of critical roads linking selected towns. Where? Which selected towns? 2.5 billion naira for the provision of 300 kVA solar mini grid and solar street light in selected communities. 3 billion naira for mini grid and other solar powered installation on selected locations and roads. 3 billion naira for the construction of roads and other infrastructure in some selected areas. 3 billion naira for the reconstruction and construction of classrooms and provision of furniture in areas affected by flood and some selected areas. 2 billion naira to repair on flood-prone sections along Abuja-Kefi Expressway. 900 million naira for the rehabilitation of Down Fodio Teaching Hospital Annex, Agongon Phase 1 in Kebbi State. 1 billion naira for the construction of Section 1 of Ilawe, Ekiti State. 1 billion naira for the construction of Section 2 of Ilawe, Ekiti State. 1 billion naira for the construction of inner roads in Ado Ekiti, Ekiti State. 1 billion naira for the construction of inner roads in Ijero, Ekiti, Ekiti State. 70 billion naira for the provision of operational vehicles for members, office equipment, furniture fitting, and other capital items for the 10th National Assembly. The sources say that Senator Ali Udume and other senators opposed the budget padding, but that Akpabio and his allies went ahead with it anyway. Regardless, they went ahead with it. Regardless, they went ahead with it. This is what we have on our hands. This is what we have on our hands. A situation. We are in a dire situation. And when I say dire situation, we are surrounded by armed robbers, criminals, thieves, looters, evil people, wicked people. This is serious. This is going to be worse. Akpabio and the rest of them, they made sure that they cornered all of the funds to their respective states to make sure that that money is never, ever discovered. A lot of people are disappointed about this daylight robbery. We believe that since this has come out to light, the president or whoever or any committee, although most of those committees are criminals anyway, it's just difficult to run Nigeria. Because those who are supposed to come up with legislation, those who are supposed to enforce, those who are supposed to be executive, all of them are in the same boat. They are all thieves. You barely find anybody, anyone of integrity. The hour is coming. The hour is here. Akpabio, you are a criminal. That's it. Jungle justice should be carried out on all of you. You are thieves. You are criminals. You are wicked people. What are your thoughts about this one? Like and share. Subscribe to this channel if you're new here. See you in the next update.